I think Kumail got too ripped. He still has the face of like a welcoming, friendly like fry cook.
Yeah, like
he looks like a regular guy. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? He looks like an average Joe, but he has like a ripped body.
Yeah. Statistically, he's the most average guy, right?
Statistically, if he was Chinese, he would be the most average guy, but he's the second most average guy being from India. What is that?
Oh, this is Lip Swap. It's a new drink out on the market.
Ew.
Lip Swap, 0 calories.
What color is that? Ew.
It's like a.
It's like,
what do you mean? It's
dude,
like
I take a
mellow
multivitamin
yellow.
every morning. It has vitamin B in it. Vitamin B turns your pee that color. What is that?
Well, no, this is like a drink that is. It's like good for you, but it's also like it's like a soda. You know, it's like a fun new soda. You know when they unveil like a fun new soda.
I guess. I remember Starry. They had Sierra Mist, and then they had
Right,
Starry.
right.
I haven't had.
You've had
Starry.
Mountain Dew. You know Mountain Dew looks.
Yeah, they
like
have like
piss.
different. Okay, let me see.
Well,
Let me
you
check them
can't drink it. You can touch it. You can't drink it. Because
Are you sick?
No, it says warning, never share. Right on the bottle, it says that. That's a big warning. I've never seen a warning that big on a soda, but it says never share.
That's really weird that would be on. It
It is weird, but it's pretty good. Pretty good.
What kind of
soda.
flavor? Let me see. I won't drink it. I won't
Okay.
drink it.
It's like
What flavor is it?
It's like a really good lime, like a very tasty.
Only 12 grams of sugar. That's great. But like warning, no share.
Yeah, never share.
Never share.
So I think even me letting you hold it is like a little close to the edge here.
you didn't
know?
share it with me though.
Well, I'm handing it to
But like,
you.
what kind of product do these things gets buying? Where'd you buy this? At like a black market? Is it getting by the FCC? Having some real threat if you share it?
I don't know why they put don't share it, but like I always obey the rules. Well, now don't. Okay, you can sniff it. Maybe take a sniff. It's pretty good, right?
Smells like car oil.
Well, it tastes better than car oil, but oh no, James, don't, no.
Ah! That was a delicious drink, but I almost don't taste it in my mouth.
Oh my
anymore.
God! Wait a minute, James. I think
Wait a second.
I'm in your body right now.
I don't know if I'm in your body. I think yes, and
Wait, what is going on here?
wait a second. I think I'm on my lips and my mouth have been transported to your face.
Wait a minute. Wait, let me hold on. Oh my God, that
I feel it, dude. Your mouth is on my face. Dude.
Oh,
Ew.
that tastes like beard.
I have no control of my own mouth. This is such a dysphoric feeling. I might transition to something that doesn't have its own mouth. That's how dysphoric I'm having body dysmorphia right now.
Oh my God.
That's ridiculous, dude. What are you doing?
I don't know.
Ew, I like taste like it's just the mouth. I like have like your bile and your like incessant like acid reflex from dude.
God, sorry.
Why am my tongue in your body, dude?
I don't know.
Fuck,
Okay.
dude?
It says that this lasts about 40 seconds, so it should be
Ah!
it should be letting go
Patty,
any
Patty,
second now.
Patty, you gotta moisturize and you absolutely have to
no.
wash your face. I just tasted your chin. Dude, it's
Oh,
something.
disgusting. All right, well, it looks like we only have 3, 2, 1. Oh. Well,
Wait. Oh,
that was
is this now? You ever seen Minority Report? Is this now? You know Minority Report?
no.
Patty, anytime, like, guys, all my references are movies. Patty's seen 4 movies. Patty DeFino has seen 4 movies. Cars 1, Cars 2.
Never Cars 3.
I guarantee, I know he's seen Sinners, and I know for a fact he's seen Dune Part 2.
I thought you were going to say Sinbad, which I have not seen.
The animated Sinbad movie. Dude, when I was a kid, I was so sexually attracted to the hot lady cartoon in Sinbad.
Oh, yeah, she's a sexy little minx. Ladies and
Minority
gentlemen.
Report is a great reference, and you have no knowledge of movies, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome to News from Bed.
Thank you for all for having a stroke real quick for just a microsecond.
Welcome back to News from Bed.
Welcome to morning.
We are very happy to be here. Back in the bed, back in our own lips, which is good.
And this will be my everlasting lips.
For me, James.
For me,
I
Paddy's drawer of dreams.
I got you a little, a little gift.
What am I to you? Am I a meme? Why'd you get this for me?
I got it because I'm always borrowing some.
Paddy,
So I got you a
Paddy,
little.
I love you more than I have people that I've dated. Do you understand that? Like there's no imbalance. You're in the clear. Okay, it appears as if you've already opened it.
I
and taken
had
some.
one earlier. Yes, I did have one. I had one.
Here's a nice PlayStation 4 for your birthday, James. I played it for 17 hours before I gave it.
Which, by the way, when I give you a Nintendo Switch one, I will be giving you one that I played for 1,000 hours at least. But that's
All right, we're talking about it on the podcast.
Can I have one of those?
No, never mind.
Yeah,
This is honestly something Paddy bought for himself, but he's like,
I'm probably just throwing it away.
Well, here's my thing is like I'm gonna be borrowing them left and right. Call me call me the borrower. What was that one movie, The Borrowers?
The borrowers were the little people.
They were like little mice in the
we're
walls.
just borrowing a condom. We're gonna do a hot air balloon with a condom.
Is that what they do?
Yeah, they're like, we have a used condom. We're gonna use a hot air balloon with a sticky in this hot air balloon. Oh, my daughter's impressed. The sperm is the size of a big toe.
I didn't know they used a condom in that.
No, they don't.
Okay,
I don't know what
gonna
they do in the bar where they don't live in a wall. And they're like,
Button is on dining room table.
That was one of those movies where they stuck like a subliminal like breasted lady in there.
Really?
Do you remember that? Because they want you to subliminally think about breasts.
I don't need to subliminally.
I know. I liminally think about
What's
breasts.
your favorite movie? I've never asked.
I thought you were
that
going to ask
before.
what my favorite part of the female body was.
No, I don't like asking you that question
about to
because your
say-
answer is deeply upsetting.
breasts.
Wait, let me get you a clean soundboard to use.
Okay.
James.
That's the one I wanted to hit. No, I haven't. I don't know what my favorite movie is right now.
Ratchet and Clank ass soundboard bit.
Yeah.
James. Ratchet and Clank.
Do you like how there's like a helicopter landing?
James.
It's like a minor alarm. Dude, I actually did the best impression of a helicopter anyone's ever seen. You ready for this, Paddy?
Yes. That's pretty good. All right, I'm about to get on my helicopter.
Frankly,
Thank you,
folks,
Saudi Arabia.
Me and I cloned myself. This is a shitty version of me, frankly. I'm about to get on my helicopter and fly to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, he's in Saudi Arabia right now. Also, big news for me. Do you know what tomorrow is?
Women can vote.
That's right.
What's tomorrow?
You don't know what tomorrow is?
Tomorrow is May 18th.
Tomorrow is May 16th. Also, the day that the pool opens
At your apartment
in
complex?
this apartment complex.
I didn't realize it wasn't open.
I didn't know either. I just thought
I got water. all
nobody
over
could
me.
swim in my neighborhood.
Listen, I'm so excited to use Paddy's pool. I just spilled water down my front.
Just trying to warm up for
Guys,
it.
we're gonna do a Newsommen pool party. Me and Paddy will have those like toe shoes on, but if you want to come out and hang out with us at the pool party, we'll give you the address in the coming weeks.
Yes. I've always said, like, there's swim shorts. Wouldn't it be cool if there was swim pants? Like a full pair of pants you could wear
Nightmare idea.
and just jump in.
But like, imagine like kicking in pants.
Yeah,
That's like one of my when I think about like, you know, when you're driving a car over a bridge and you're like, what if the car goes off the bridge? And I'm like, like one of my fears is like I have to swim in pants.
What if I have pants?
What if I? No, you imagine
if I
being
had
in water
pants,
with pants. I feel like pants are so limiting to me. Like I'm not a pants guy. I don't love wearing pants.
Well, I feel like they could have some nice mesh in it to allow water to flow easily through there.
I think that's a horrible idea.
And what you could do is you could have like a drawstring. When I was a kid, I used to have dreams about inventing new clothing. People don't know this about me. I used to.
When I was a
I had
child, I
this-
used to have dreams about inventing.
Yeah, I used to have this specific dream where I was in like a cool shirt and I would pull these ropes and the sleeves would fly up. And I was like, it's like a short sleeve and a long sleeve shirt.
So in your childhood fantasies, you're a
Yeah.
fashion designer.
Yes. Yeah. I used to have dreams about
Paddy,
that.
I don't think you understand how crazy it is that you just said, when I was a child, I used to have fantasies about designing new types of clothes.
I
Dude,
did.
that's really insane. That's what you used to do.
Yeah.
Did you like draw them in a notebook, like Spider-Man designing his new suit?
Well, here's the thing: is I would design Spider-Man suits because I was a big Spider-Man guy.
What's your best suit? What was your idea?
I think it was the one with it where,
They stole it.
dude, no joke.
He's all black and it's an alien from space. I invented Venom.
There's been twice in my life where I've had things legitimately stolen from me.
What do you mean? You were a kid and you came up with an idea and then it showed up in a different.
Yes.
That's not stolen from
Do you remember?
Would you post it on your Tumblr page? You homo?
Yeah, because I was tumbling around.
Ooh,
Do you remember
I have
Captain?
so many fashion ideas.
I'm tripping over.
Whoa! I'm Paddy the. I'm fashion designer Rodney Dangerfield. I'm tripping over Paddy's loose leaf paper with designs drawn on it.
These are the two things I had stolen. One was that Spider-Man suit where I had an idea where you could put a zipper around the arms and legs so you could unzip them and remove the sleeves and your pant legs so you had shorts and a t-shirt.
You should have been fucking telling Spider-Man.
I know, dude. And then my
He had
second,
no idea. You had all these great ideas and you didn't tell him about
I
any
never told him. I wrote them. But I
101 Spider-Man way. Hello, Spider-Man. My name is Paddy DeFino. I've been sexually abused for 7 years. Anyway, have you considered zippers?
Anyway, I fit all of this onto one page in case you get them stuck together. Have you considered
I
it?
know you have sticky hands. I have a lot of questions about how you eat a sandwich.
My second idea I had stolen. Do you remember the series Captain Underpants? I was a big Dave Pilkey Captain Underpants fan. And at one point, I started writing
he puts on pants.
pants that zip off to underpants.
They zip off in the shorts. I'm Paddy.
I was like,
What's his name? You know his name? You know his name enough to recall it on a podcast?
Dave Pilkey, yeah.
Dave Pilkey?
Yeah, DAV was his Dave, and then Pilkey, Pilkey. He used to get in trouble in school.
Why do you know so much about the author of Captain Underpants?
Because I was a huge Captain Underpants fan.
You look like Captain Underpants.
I do look like Captain Underpants. The older I get, the older I get,
Yeah,
the
dude.
more Captain Underpants.
You look
I
like
am.
Captain Underpants.
Yeah.
For real. What's Captain? I remember Captain Underpants was a sick book because you put your they had the two places where you put your two fingers.
That's
and the one
right.
place where you put your thumb, and you flip back and forth really fast.
The Flip-O-Rama.
Love the Flipperama. Blew my fucking
crazy.
child mind.
So I loved Captain Underpants, and I decided to write my own comic. I made my entire own comic when I was like 6 years old.
And Chris Nolan stole the Dark Knight from Paddy's dark take on. We should do a dark take on Captain Underpants,
should.
like a gritty, realistic version of Captain Underpants.
We should.
In a world where a guy
Can only wear.
wear underwear. One man.
Who's Captain Underpants' Joker? Who's the Joker to his Batman? Who's his arch nemesis?
The sheath.
What does that mean?
The sheath underwear. The ones that you can the ones that you can put your balls in.
Oh no!
He's got me by the balls.
Boys, I read a couple of Captain Underpants. So you wrote an episode of Captain Underpants.
I
and
wrote
it was
a comic.
stolen from you.
I wrote a comic about a baby named Super Diaper Baby. I had the exact name. I had everything planned out. And the only difference is my baby was a white boy. But James, not gonna lie, like maybe 2 years later, this fucking comes out. The Adventures of Super Diaper Baby. Not even kidding, dude. I wrote Super Diaper Baby. My diaper baby looked more like this fucking the dog character that he has in this. But that's pretty damn close, you know?
Well, you didn't show me yours. How would I know it's close?
Doesn't that look like Mike Acuna? Do you know who that is?
I don't know who that is.
Okay.
It looks like any mixed child.
I know.
That baby looks like it'll grow up and greatly enjoy a fat white woman.
Yeah, and do very well on FAFSA forms.
It was as if I was between two worlds. When I was with my white family, I was white.
was white.
When I was with my black family, y'all, we was fam. I'm a mixed spoken word poet. When I was when I was
betwixt a white one and a black one,
I thought I was white. Perhaps my space is an in-between, between two worlds. A gray zone, perhaps.
people always say life ain't so black and white. Not mine.
My life seems to exist in between the two. Perhaps remember, do you remember when we were at Starboard and that guy read a poem he like recited a poem at us?
Outside for like 25 minutes.
It was like, yes. I would say it was absolutely a 15-minute poem.
For sure.
25 minutes is fine because we had a 25, but like that guy was like, y'all do comedy? Very cool, very cool. Y'all mind if I recite a poem for y'all real quick? And then he would like
just like hot, like real quick.
And you know what happened to that guy? Genuinely, I don't think you know this. He died.
I believe it.
No, he died.
Did he really?
Someone was like, "Oh yeah, that guy died."
That's tough.
He wrote a poem. Genuinely, incredible poem.
Great poem.
So weird to just ask us standing outside of a stand-up comedy show that like 3 people came to like recite your own poem to us. But honestly, incredible poem.
I wonder if that was his purpose in life.
Was to tell us one poem.
Was to recite to us a single poem. Because it kind of changed our lives in a
That's
way.
why he's like, y'all shall move to St. Pete, Florida. Y'all shall lay in thou bed and do thine podcast.
We're like, wait a minute.
Wait, how does he know about
Wait
news
a
from
minute.
that?
This is making a lot of sense.
I was like, Paddy, don't say that. They're recording us for NPR.
Which, by the way, James, I had an idea when you were on your way here.
Okay.
Because, like, now that the weight loss challenge is over, and we hit our goals,
James.
we were thinking about what the next thing we should do is.
Paddy loses his virginity.
That leads me to what I want to get to.
What?
James, you floated the idea out multiple times to go to this show in St. Pete and pitch me as a single.
Oh, pitch your friend. I think that's what it's called, right?
Called Pitch Your Friend?
I think it's pitch your friend. Basically, it's like a dating show where you pitch. Someone pitches their friend and sees if someone wants to date them. So I really like public humiliation.
I think you'd be the perfect one to pitch me.
Oh, Paddy,
too.
I would pitch you so well. I'd do like a nice, like right down the middle, like, sidewinder.
I think you would rib me and roast me, and then you'd turn around and cover me in sugar. I think that's what you would do.
This is my opening. Are you a racist Asian woman with low self-esteem? Then you'll love my friend Paddy. I'll get like kicked out. We should do it like as a bit. First of all, I'd love to do it seriously, but also thinking about doing like are you fat? Are you a fat whore? My friend Paddy would love you.
Well, I think like James,
I would love to do it though. Let's do it and we can record it and we'll play it right now. No, I'm just kidding. We'll do it in the future though.
This is, I think, the.
I saw this.
Oh, you
my
did?
God.
So
James
right here,
Pontillo in the top right
this is
corner.
going to be my.
I got
future
mentioned in a
wife.
James Pontillo appearance on Dan Bask's podcast.
Oh my God, you did.
Perhaps we'll cover that on the Patreon, but I'm mentioned by name, and Dan says, "Yeah, Jimmy Brooklyn. He thinks I still live in Brooklyn."
Oh my God. Oh,
very interesting though. We'll play that on the Patreon.
We'll play that on the Patreon. I
Yeah.
got to switch over the audio real quick for this. Let's see.
Honestly, this song kind of slaps.
This song
I would like
does
to
kinda
say that
slap.
like Kanye. So this, guys, this is a Kanye West clip. I want you to go and listen to Kanye's new song. It's like when you drink milk and then like eat like something that doesn't match with milk. This is in Thailand, correct?
This is in Thailand.
These women, I want you to know. Be prepared. You don't know what these women are going to do.
I want you to know 7 of these women I'd have sex with.
And they're all guys.
And they could be, because we don't know, it's Thailand. But you know what they say in Thailand? Thai goes to the runner.
Is that one of your college baseball terms?
Yeah. Look at these girls. They are literally Heiling Hitler. I don't think they even know. They're so sweet. Look
I don't
how
know if
sweet
Thailand
they are.
was particularly involved in World War II.
I don't know if they're even involved in anything other than trickery, to be quite
Keep it
honest.
going. Keep it going. So they're like doing some sort like in Thailand there must be like a TikTok trend where they just hail it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate that the song kind of slaps. I know that's probably like an overused take. The song's kind of good.
The song,
I wish the lyrics were different because like I can't. But like I'm in the grocery store and I'm like,
yeah, it's like
I don't say it even. in my
I just
head.
go like this. Lure. Lure.
lure,
It's like you're allowed to say lure.
lure.
But yeah, I mean, look at these beautiful women. This one in the front's like, I don't know. Oh, and then she gets in on it.
I don't know.
Oh my god! Oh my god! It's really beautiful. I love Asian women.
I want to be
really
the,
just,
Paddy. Honestly, if you didn't start this podcast or ever get into stand-up comedy, I think you would have become the Willy Wonka of Thailand. Come with me, and you'll be in a world of Asian women hailing Hitler.
Willy Wonka. Because of the walk. Yeah.
Great job, Paddy. Horrible fist bump.
But
Great
anyway, that leads me to this. So
job. That leads me to this.
our
You
challenge.
can use that for a sound effect. Okay, go ahead.
Okay,
Wait, hold on. That leads me to this.
Our challenge is going to be on my end. I go on this dating show, and you pitch me.
Okay.
On your end, you run for the mayor of St. Petersburg. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you're aware of this, but James
I don't know, Pat. I don't know if we should be announcing this.
James is
James.
highly pursued as the mayor of St. Petersburg, Florida.
Patty, listen.
Not only that is he highly pursued, I think he could win the damn thing.
Unbeliever is a
Why would you play that in my mayoral announcement?
But let
Yo,
us know.
welcome
What do
back.
you guys think about that? Yeah.
Listen, people have been talking. There's some word on the street that I should make a play for running for mayor of the city. Me and Patty now live with that. Patty is now exposing me on the podcast. I haven't made my decision yet if I'm going to pursue candidacy. But let's just say if I do run, things will be different.
And that's a guarantee that you can guarantee.
Let's just say Tropicana Field is going to be a Dunkin' Donuts.
It's not a big giant with a ray tank.
The Ray tank. Hey, listen, it's shaped like a donut. Any
It
better
is.
building? Is there any better building, folks, than one that's shaped like a donut? I don't know what party I'd run for. I'm a registered Democrat right now.
You're a registered Democrat?
Yeah, I'm a registered.
Get out of my bed.
I'm a registered Democrat, but I do have like a mild fantasy that it'd be fun to like run as like an extremely progressive Republican. Like I think it would be like such a strange thing to like,
yeah.
like be like a Bernie Republican.
Well, the thing
Like
is,
the NRA sends you checks to like buy ads, but you're just like, you know what? I think women should be able to have rights.
yeah, but that's like, I feel like you
Let me get
have
that
to
lip
run.
juice. Let me get that.
You have to run as a Democrat. I feel like
You feel like I should run as a Democrat?
I feel like because I want you to win, and I know like you're not going to win as a Republican in this town, but I think
What if
that's
when
what
I
we
come
do.
out to make my announcement, I play the Kanye with it. No,
And I'm James Dunn. Vote for James Dunn.
Vote for James Dunn. Dum, dum, dum.
And I'm just
Vote for James
standing there
Dunn.
with my hands behind my back.
Why are your
It's like-
hands behind your back?
Because that's what they do in the video. I'm just like, vote for James Dunn. And we get like
Do you
1,000.
want like a position? Do you like if I win?
No, but this is like the video that they show
Vote
on your
for James
campaign,
Dunn.
and it's just me with my hands behind my back going, vote for James Dunn. And but like a couple other, because you've seen the video, right? I think this is the challenge. James runs for mayor.
So your challenge is I pitch you as a date. We do one event.
Yes.
My challenge is win as mayor of my local city.
Yes.
That's what's my consequence? I
No.
get the shame as my consequence.
There's no consequences for either of us. The only challenge is we actually get you on the ballot for mayor, and I will help in literally every single way I possibly can with time, money, video, energy.
Do you think I could still do news from bed?
Water. Yeah, of course you could still need just give you James,
Water.
I got 20 gallons of
You
water.
just have a ladle. You're ladling water into my mouth.
Vote for James Donald.
Dum, dum, dum. Vote for James Donald.
And then
we get these girls to come out and they're just hailing Hitler.
Yeah, dude.
Vote for James Donald.
That's what St. Petersburg needs is an Asian overthrow, I
Patty,
So-
listen. Let's just say I got my toes in the water. Let's just say I haven't ruled it out.
think. James, I think you've officially ruled it in, to be quite honest. Ladies and gentlemen, your next mayor of St. Petersburg,
Hey,
vote for James Donald.
listen, all I gotta say, genuinely, breaking bit for a sec, I do have some genuine critiques. I'm well informed about the insides of the Rays deal.
Okay.
I got some opinions about how things are going on downtown.
Mm-hmm.
And listen, I got some ideas. This is it. Like I got
Okay.
I actually might make a genuine play. Anyway,
But yeah, so I think that's what we do. We do
so I try to get you a girlfriend, and you try to help me
to
become
get you the
mayor.
mayoral candidacy. Yes.
Listen, I think candidacy would be great. Having my name on a ballot would
yes.
be cool.
That's
Candace
what our
Owens?
goal. But yeah, so I think that is a big step up from weight loss. None of you guys even wanted us to lose weight
They're
anyway.
like, please be fat still.
Like, be
I'm a
fat.
gay foot fucker.
Maybe if they get really fat, they'll grow more toes.
Oh, perhaps you guys could get chubbier. I'm a gay foot fucker.
Fucker, I lost 15 pounds in 6 weeks. You foot fucker.
Yeah, and
Paddy
guess
lost
what?
more, and we don't even. Patty lost so much weight we don't even know how much he lost.
Yeah,
it's unquantifiable.
my weight is like that of like an atomic reaction where it's constantly changing.
Yeah,
But,
your fucking BMI has a half-life, dude. That's
It
all I
really
gotta
does.
say.
But
And that's a great bit. Listen to fucking Call Him Father and see if you're a bit like your fucking BMI has a half-life. Go listen to Morning Good and see if you'll find. Go listen to two fucking nosy meerkats.
That's
And hear if
right.
dude, the amount of bits we pack in per 30-second stint on this fucking podcast. Go find another amateur podcast on the cusp of 1,000 viewers and 1,000 subscribers, and I'll fucking go after those fuckers.
that's right. We really pack it in here, and that actually leads us into James, the first segment of the show. This is last week we were a little unenthused with our performance.
But this week, enthusiasm is oozing out of our fingernails.
Call it enthusiasm. Because you're about to get fucked in the face with this bit. Now,
enthusiasm.
James, do you want me to give you your own mouse so you can scroll? Or do you want me to scroll for you?
I'll scroll.
Okay.
You have my own mouse.
I can get you your own mouse, yeah. Because this will be
We're
that
getting
way.
Ratatouille in this bitch. I'm about to get my own mouse. Don't look at the camera like that, you fucking homo. Anyway, guys, I just got back. I signed up for a free vinyl DJ like open table night, and I did like a quick little 15-minute set. I think I'm addicted. Anyway, me and Paddy need to become famous. If you guys aren't going to subscribe to the Patreon, we have to have other alternative ideas. So, Paddy, thank you for the mouse, dude.
Of course,
Got a
dude.
little clitoris sticking out the side. Beautiful. So me and Paddy need to become famous. So I think either we're going to become film creators, film directors, film writers, film producers, and I think we even might have a future. We're going to start ramping up our acting capabilities.
That's right.
I think Paddy's a decent actor. My girlfriend has annihilated my confidence in any capacity for my own ability to act.
Really, in your own ability for anything.
That's what a girlfriend does. I've said it many times. I have high self-esteem. I need to be crushed. So ladies and gentlemen, I think me and Paddy would be best suited if we created a project that propels our careers forward. So this is a movie that I have created a pitch deck for, and we're going to talk about it. I want Paddy to react to it live. Remember, guys, News from Bed, one of the core conceits of News from Bed is that Paddy has never seen this pitch before. Paddy's going to pitch to me, and I have not seen his pitch before.
Correct. And by the way,
main conceits, we don't know what each other's pitching. I swear to God, and I'm not over talking about it to make it sound more truthful. That's the fun of the show.
and by the way, I'm glad you said pitch deck because I learned that term earlier today when I was coming up with my thing.
So anyway,
James,
I
quit bitching and start pitching. Here we go.
So here's my movie pitch. Listen, guys, film. I love film. I've made a couple short films in my life. Had it showcased at the Cannes Film Festival. Won a couple awards for films and short films. You guys might not know this because you probably don't see my resume, but Paddy, no bit. I am an awarded filmmaker.
You are, and I know that for your famous film, Milk? Cake.
Milk.
Famous film
Insulting.
Cake. So I have all the confidence in the world. Uh-oh, wait a minute.
Okay, so I went through some different phases in my pitch here because I was like, News from Bed the movie might be a little too out there. Might be not something that, until we're as big as we know we're going to scale to, might not be the move. So I was like, okay, what's something else? No, we're not going to do News from Bed the movie, but maybe a horror movie?
I like horror.
No!
Okay, definitely no. Okay, big no.
Horror, I mean, horror is a good idea, but maybe not the first shoot out the gate. But maybe a sequel to a popular franchise.
Okay, these are popular.
Sequels, reboots, requels, whatever you want to call them. I think bringing back a time-honored, loved franchise is something that could bring a lot of power to a movie pitch. Maybe we could do that. But which movie do we make a sequel to? And I was racking my brain about all kinds of sequels that could be great.
You were racking?
I was racking my brain about it.
Like you're getting ready to hit a pool ball into it?
And you know what dawned upon me? One of my top 10 favorite movies of all time never had a sequel.
Oh.
Untouched IP. Forrest Gump.
Okay, now we're talking.
All right, let's talk Forrest Gump. Have you seen Forrest Gump?
James, this is going to blow your mind. I've seen Forrest Gump.
Paddy, I want you to know, I was very afraid you hadn't seen Forrest Gump. Because some of the things that I'm thinking about with this movie, you got to know about Forrest Gump to understand.
Well, I will understand it because, James, I haven't seen a lot of movies, but the movies I have seen, I've seen about 28 times.
Yeah, I've seen Forrest Gump so many times. Me and my buddy Caleb in high school used to constantly quote Forrest Gump. It was like one of our biggest bits. And we used to compete in an online trivia that had a Forrest Gump category.
Wow.
It was like one of those apps like Quizlet or something. One of the quiz little apps.
Quiznos?
Quiznos.
Which, by the way, why did they never give you a question on top of the sandwich and then you open it up and
let me tell you,
answer?
Paddy, that sandwich was a question.
Well, here's how much I know Forrest Gump. Did you know Forrest Gump's middle name is Pumpin? Forrest Pumpin Gump?
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. All right. So, Paddy,
let's get to the pitch,
James.
James. Let's get to it, baby.
All right. Tom Hanks is Forrest Gump 2.
I love it. I love the way this looks, too. It's like, because it's leading you into the darkness a little bit, the two, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's like, you remember the good Forrest, but where does the new
I like the idea
Forrest
that it's
go?
like drawn on. Like someone, like it's like
Yes.
the Joker. It's like a little trickster. We're drawing on your classic poster.
Right.
So what is Forrest Gump about, Paddy?
Great question.
Boomer nostalgia.
It is.
Forrest Gump is released in 1994, and it's basically a circle jerk for people born in the boomer generation from the 60s to the 70s to the 80s. It's a pop culture, historical moment, icon kind of history romp around time. So basically, Forrest Gump is a dual narrative of post-World War II America in the 20th century. The dual narrative rocks between Forrest Gump and his romantic interest, Jenny.
That's right. And by the way, James, I am so proud of you for using the right dual in this. Because I thought maybe there would be like a duel narrative, you know?
Yeah. Listen, Paddy, I gotta be honest. I Googled it.
Well, that's fine, dude.
So what does Forrest Gump do in his narrative? He meets John Lennon, he meets JFK, and he reports the Watergate scandal.
He's essentially the Rizzler of modern time.
He is a pastime. The Rizzler is the modern Forrest Gump.
That's
But basically, Forrest basically has a beautiful, flawless, happy romp throughout, history of the 20th century. But let's talk about what happens to Jenny. She runs away from home where she's being sexually abused and becomes some sort of prostitute musician, gets addicted to drugs, tries to kill herself.
Right.
That's Jenny's arc.
That's her arc. And she gets
Forrest,
AIDS.
I would like to scroll back. Forrest meets John Lennon and 3 presidents and then reports the Watergate scandal. Guys, that's not even 1/8 of what he does.
No, yeah. He's had an incredible life. And unfortunately, he's a little too mentally incapacitated to even realize it.
So Jenny's life compared to his, I think the beauty that's really powerful about Forrest Gump is the comparison between their two experiences. Someone who sort of has an idyllic American fantasy experience of what like the perfect American life is.
Sure.
And then someone who has a more grounded, gritty working. I would say Forrest Gump is the Paddy DeFino and James Donlin is the Jenny. I would like to say.
I was
going to
say
you're the news from bed. Dual narrative of post-World War II American 20th century. Of course, Jenny dies. So
That's
in our
right.
sequel, we can't revive Jenny. She's clearly dead and buried under a tree. So the dual narrative, my new idea is the dual narrative of America in the dawn of the 21st century. So if you look here, it's the 20th century, which is the 1900s. For the mentally incapacitated listeners of News from Bed that can't stop focusing on my feet. So I think for our new sequel, we go from 1994 to modern day. I think that's the move. You
have to. You have to. All great things, all great sequels are relatable to the people of their time.
So Forrest Gump ended in 1994. The end of Forrest Gump is he has a son with Jenny, and he raises a son, and Jenny dies. So I think the two leads of this one, the dual narrative, is between Forrest Gump and his son, Forrest Jr.
That's right.
Played by Haley Joel Osment here as a child. And I don't know if we'll be able to recapture that childlike energy with CGI, but I think the sequel should be a story about him growing up in the same path as Forrest, while Forrest occupies the Jenny slot as an aging man into the 21st century.
Interesting. Okay.
So what happens in this movie? I'm going to give you... Forrest Gump is a series of sequences and vignettes throughout American history. So I'm just going to give you a couple different examples of some of the things that happen in this movie that explore what it's like to be alive in the duality between two experiences going from 1994 to 2025. So here's how it's a romp across the last 30 years of American history. So, opening scene, a young Forrest Gump Jr. getting on the school bus right where we left him in the original Forrest Gump. So he enters the school bus, and what happens on the school bus? He's getting bullied, and he's so sad.
Oh, does he get that? There's a classic seats taken.
Yeah, but I think the bullying is a little more vicious in a way. It's more modern. It's like more of like a early 2000s version of bullying.
They're like, hey,
no.
Pick up my book.
They call him a slur. Okay, so Forrest Gump Jr. is on the school bus getting bullied. Where is he going? Sandy Hook Elementary.
Oh,
all of his bullies are murdered in Sandy Hook Elementary.
Boy, wait, I didn't know Sandy Hook Elementary is a refurbished Taco Bell.
Yes. Beautiful school, honestly.
Yeah.
So again, like this is what Forrest Gump does. It sets up something basic and then it ends up in a place where he's like, it's basically like every scene in Forrest Gump is essentially like, I don't know what happened to that man, but I hope he's okay. And then it's literally like Steven Spielberg or something.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me give you another vignette. What do you think of that first vignette? You think that's a good opening?
I think that's, James, pretty good.
All right, so our second vignette. Now he's a teenager. So I haven't recasted quite yet in the pitch, but I want you to imagine that he's aged up, but different actors taking the helm. He's a teenager. He gets on the bus to go to school. And what happens? He's getting bullied. Poor Forrest Gump Jr. is on the way to school getting bullied, but he's going to Columbine High School.
Okay. Also looks like a Taco Bell. This is... So he just cannot seem to catch a break.
He moves from Massachusetts or Connecticut to Denver, and then or Colorado outside of Denver, and Aurora, I believe, or Columbine, wherever, and then he ends up at this high school.
Okay.
Interesting, right? So he's kind of tracking through. So here's another vignette for you. Look at young Haley Joel Osment graduating from high school. Okay, he's graduated from high school and he's gotten into none other than Harvard University.
Wow.
Okay, here's a
big step up from a fucking dad.
Yeah, exactly. So he's going to college in Boston. His dad is dropping him off at school at Harvard. Hey, Forrest Jr., I hope you make it all right in the big school.
Have a good day at school. You're better at learning than me.
Make sure you read your books.
Don't trust any blonde women.
So they go into the library. Like, pretty nice library. Wish I could read.
Wow, are these all the Land Before Times on VHS?
Wow, look at all the Land Before Times.
That must be like 14 Land Before Times.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay, so who do they see in the Harvard Library other than Mark Zuckerberg with his face in a book?
Okay.
And they go, I wonder what that precocious young man will turn out to be.
Yeah.
Let's go get a coffee. So they leave the library and they're involved in the Boston bombing.
Okay.
They narrowly escaped. Something happened. There was a big race at it. And
maybe they accidentally get into the race and they start running.
Yeah, because Forrest is such a good runner.
He's such a good runner.
Oh, everybody's running.
Son, you just gotta run and run and run.
And then there's an explosion and they have to flee. So these are kind of the vignettes that I'm thinking. Here's a speed round of different things I think could happen in the Forrest Gump reboot. Okay, they meet Lizzo.
Okay, classic news from
They
that
are
photo.
January 6th.
Yep.
They meet Obama.
Sure.
You gotta meet Obama. They're in the Wuhan lab.
I thought that was Splatoon.
They're in the Splatoon lab.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get into some casting. Here's some ideas that I have. I think basic up the top, you have to cast an older Tom Hanks as Forrest Gump.
Right, you can't have
one
him young.
better. So I think maybe the bigger casting choice is based around Forrest Jr.
I think so.
Okay, so for Forrest Jr., my number one pick, Chet Hanks. No one better. He's been method his entire life. He already plays Tom Hanks' son.
Exactly. You can't deny the chemistry between him and Tom on set.
Listen, it'd be great, dude. Like, Forrest Gump's like, hey, Forrest Jr., make sure you go to college. Chet's like, booyaka, real thing all day, real thing in the Harvard chilla.
Yeah, that's like, he's got like that Black Panther energy that Jenny had.
So who plays Barack Obama? Denzel Washington.
There's no other choice.
Cameo appearance from Denzel. I think it might make a big impact. People will be surprised. It's kind of like a secret of the movie.
Yeah.
Who plays George W. Bush?
Oh, let me guess. Will Forte?
Nope. Denzel Washington.
Okay.
Who plays Donald Trump?
Should I guess?
You want to guess?
Denzel Washington?
Nope. It's Woody Harrelson.
Okay.
Never seen a worse photo. Guys, didn't crop it. This is the photo that's on the internet. It's not cropped. It's that zoomed in on his face.
Oh my God. And they got his little mouth there.
Look at him.
All those lines are coming at it.
Horrible photo, Woody Harrelson. Oh. So, one last thing, Patty, in my pitch here, and I want to get your final review after this one last thing. I know what you're thinking. Maybe we develop this idea. Maybe we write the script, we get the movie to be directed, produced, we get on the red carpet as the story and screenwriters. I think the bigger move is, how do we get in the movie?
That's a great question. I mean,
where's our scene?
Just looking at this, because we need kind of like a Stan Lee appearance.
Exactly. Oh, that's the guy that wrote the movie.
Yeah.
Those are the guys that wrote the... So actually, on a podcast 5 years after... So actually, these two guys in this scene, they're actually the screenwriters of the movie. They love saying that. Okay, so here's my pitch for where we appear in the movie. I want you to know what we think. Okay, so Forrest and George Jr. are at an airport. They're about to go to Massachusetts to drop Forrest Jr. off at college. Okay, they're in the terminal. They're like, Forrest Jr., I'd like an Auntie Anne's pretzel. And Forrest Jr. is like, okay, Dad. And he's going to college. And so they're sitting in their seats and they're like, I hope this flight's okay. I wonder what the captains are like. You and me play the captains of the airplane.
I think this is great.
Don't you think that'd be a great cameo?
Yes.
But then what happens? We're flying to New York City, actually.
Oh, James.
We get taken over, we get stabbed, we get removed from the cockpit. We are the two flight captains in the cockpit on 9/11, baby.
Okay, so
Any questions?
yes, I have some questions. So they survive 9/11?
No, we don't survive now.
No, we don't. But Forrest and Little Forrest have to. They have to survive 9/11. Otherwise, the movie ends before the Boston bombing.
Many people don't know, but there was a fifth plane.
James,
We survived and we made our way to Harvard.
just really quick, if Forrest
Hit
and
me straight, Patty.
if Forrest and Forrest don't survive 9/11, the movie is Sandy Hook, Columbine, then 9/11. And then Chet and Tom Hanks are dead. And we're the last two people you see. We're the last people you see in the theater, and you're like, what the fuck?
They meet Obama.
Yeah, but
They're
that's
at
like,
January 6th, dude. So I guess you're right. They do have to.
they have to survive 9/11.
Me and Forrest Jr. fell. It felt like forever, but we didn't. We survived the fall from the top of the towers. Maybe they crash into the towers and then they're somehow are alive and they get out and they run down the stairs because they're so athletic. They get down in time before the buildings explode. They have a few minutes. They have like 25 minutes to get down there.
Well, what if they land in the top of the tower and they kind of fall out and the building is collapsing? And Forrest says, "Get on my back, little Forrest." And he does. And Forrest jumps out of the building with his son on his back, lands on his feet, but he had those mechanical legs.
Yes!
And they break.
That's exactly what I need, dude.
They
That's
break
exactly
and
it.
then break the fall.
That's exactly the kind of plot detail that I needed to get. by
Yes.
watching the movie.
And then they're in the
This
rubble.
Is why we pitched.
And they're in the rubble. This is even better. They're in the
Forrest's like,
rubble.
I can't hold the rubble anymore. You gotta crawl out.
they're like in the rubble. All of a sudden, a big stone gets lifted in front of their face. Who is it? Steve Buscemi as a firefighter.
Oh, dude, that is a fucking
Vote
movie.
for James Donlan.
Vote for James Donlan. Vote for James Donlan.
Wow, James, I gotta say, incredible work. You got me. You got me sold. I'm in the movie. I'm, it's like everything I could ever want. Wow. Well, that was beautiful. Incredible. I don't know.
I thought you remark on it. Can I pee before you do your
Yes, you can absolutely pee.
So bad.
Wow, guys, again, give it up for James. Beautiful movie pitch. It's something because we see so many sequels done in Hollywood and so many really just lackluster films that people put out. It's almost like all of the good films have been written and they did them all. So now they keep going back through the list and find these old movies that they wrote like years ago where they're like, what about if they're the Avengers, but they're all just like kind of weird and there's Florence Pugh and nobody knows who they are. And they're like, oh, that's fine. They're like, what about an Iron Man, but it's the woman who's black? And they're like, that's great. Well, I think you need me and James here to kind of set the story straight a little bit because...
Did you know I'm in the Writers Guild of America?
No.
You didn't know that?
Oh, no, you are. Yeah, because you get the DVDs, right?
I get like movie like screeners.
WGA, dude?
Yeah, I'm a union member. Is this a union gig?
This counts as a union gig.
You got to pay me. You know what? Do you genuinely the union minimum $100,000 a year
Oh my God.
for a project? If you work, you have to get paid them $100,000.
That's so good.
So what are you gonna start paying me my union due?
Well, unfortunately, News from Bed does not unionize.
So it's a scab pod.
Yeah, we immunize. That's why I've given you 30 shots
I feel weird.
every single week.
Patty, I want you to know, I also saw this graphic, chose not to use it.
Wow, that's good. I'm glad you didn't, because this was the only possible one I could have used. But I figure it's kind of good because it looks like you're in a theater. And the
Is
way
the whole pitch in this?
my whole pitch is in the theater. Because James, the way
Come on.
I want you to see this.
We're sitting in the back, dude.
I know we're in the back, but this is
I'm
like
sitting like dead center though. You're kind of off to the right.
I know I'm
but
kind of
like,
off to the right. But imagine you're in the theater, okay?
Vote for James Donlin.
And it's just you and me, and it's kind of an empty theater, and we see.
That's a better for the James. Vote for James Donlin.
Yeah.
Like, let's just consider that. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry to
Yeah,
interrupt.
yeah.
But like that actually Jimmy Russell's my Jimmy's, if you know what I'm saying.
So. So anyway, I think I switched to.
Switch to homosexual mode.
Okay, so we're in a theater, right? Dark screen. This is the first. I'm gonna pitch this in 2 trailers.
I can't wait.
And then I'm going to tell you what happens, okay? So this is the first trailer, all right? It's dark, and then it cuts in on a stone man laying in a bed, okay? And you just see him. He looks very peaceful, and it's slowly zooming out.
Excited to see what you can.
Okay, it's slowly. This is a very brief trailer. There's some kind of like,
Okay.
some kind of a music that's like building. There's like some tension,
Kind of
you
looks
know?
like me. I'm not trying to like project that.
Yeah,
looks
no,
exactly
no.
like me in a way.
It kind of does. And it's like slowly zooming out, and you're like, why is this stone man in a bed? And then the camera cuts to someone from the legs. And the camera slowly, James, starts panning up. And you see Raven Simone as Medusa. Really quick. Next scene, summer 2026, okay? Okay, so you see that. So you see that. You and I are in the theater. We see that. We go, holy shit.
I'm not seeing that.
There's
It's a
there's-
guy in a bed and then Medusa. Paddy,
So-
don't project. I'm gonna look at you and go, "What the fuck was that?" Dude?
so we go, wait a minute.
But I will admit my curiosity.
Your curiosity is piqued because you're like, this is a Medusa movie, which nobody's really done, using Raven Simone, who hasn't been in the limelight at all since That's So Raven.
and you're on The View, I think.
But you're thinking, like, what is she up to? Like, because you know how recently Lindsay Lohan got a reboot. They like did her up nice and tight. They got her nice and tight and looking, you know. We're gonna do that with Raven. We're gonna
tighten up
stick
Raven.
Raven in the gym.
on Ozempic.
On
you're gonna tighten up,
Ozempic, we're
Raven.
tightening you up for Medusa.
Take a look into your future. It's tight.
Right. So brain blast. So now our brains are like, wait a minute. So there's a Raven Medusa film coming out later. So okay. So you see that it's early
I don't
2025.
Subscribe to the then I'm gonna be like, okay, so there's a Raven Simone Medusa movie.
That's
Like,
just-
I'm
but
gonna
the
watch that and then it's not gonna hit any of my memory beyond like it's gonna pass over me like advertising.
But what you forget is like all of the women that would go crazy for this. This is like getting the women. So now
so powerful to see a black queen rise from the ashes of her Disney stardom.
exactly. So people are like, yeah, this is kind of like a different kind of movie. Whatever. So anyway, a couple months later, a second trailer comes out.
We're watching Sinners too.
All right. And you get a good look at Raven. She's a very beautiful presenting woman, but
Why are
she
you
has
saying
a
it like
little
that?
bit of
Beautiful presenting.
because you'll
Beautiful
see.
presenting. Okay.
She presents very well.
Okay.
But you see that she has a backstory where she is a stripper. Okay.
Okay.
So now you're like, okay, so she's a little bit of a character.
She's
here.
dancing on the pole. We'll vote for James Dunn.
She-
We'll vote for James Dunn.
She's kind of like this girl who you're like, okay, so apparently she becomes Medusa at some point. How does she become? This is a trailer, so it's like her talking. She's like, yeah, you know, like I never had that good of a life. Here's her stripping, and then there's a shot of her in art school. She's an artist, okay, and she's like, I don't like, I can't pay my bills in art school. So after an evening of stripping, like her and all of her friends are like, you know, let's like go out and party. Let's like have a good time.
Let's go to the labyrinth.
Right. So let's you know, we worked hard this week. We made our money. Let's have a good time and go out. So they decide to get some wigs at a wig store because what do black women love? Wigs. This lady also has a shirt that says "Minding my black-owned business."
News from bed merch. News from bed merch. Minding my black-owned business, and it's a picture of a bed.
So they go.
This is a black-owned business. People don't know that, but like News from Bed is a black-owned business.
It is. Technically, these buildings are owned by black people, right?
Yeah, and the building you record a podcast in is the person who owns the podcast.
Yes.
Those are the rules.
So she's at this wig shop, and she's like looking around.
My black-owned business.
She finds this wig, like kind of in the corner, that looks like Medusa's hair. But it looks like a wig, and like her friends are picking things out, and they're like, "Come on, we gotta go." And she's like,
Paddy.
she's looking at this wig, like, so what is this?
They're like, "Come on, we gotta go." They're wearing like stupid wigs.
Yes.
Like pink cut off. Like
Exactly,
bob.
yeah.
We gotta go.
Yeah.
Like they're not getting it fitted or making sure it makes sense at all. They're just like, "Come on, I got my wig."
No. Because there used to be a wig shop by Myrtle Broadway.
Yes.
I would go in there for prop wigs. It was only ever me and black women who would like put on purple hair and be like, okay. Yeah. So
Our hair, yeah.
So Raven is looking at this wig and she's like,
It's glowing a little bit, maybe.
yeah, it's something is drawing her into it. So she's finally like, all right. And she just grabs it and throws it in the bag. Doesn't try it on. She's like, my friends will make fun of me, you know, if I try this on. It kind of is like the mask. So she puts it on. And later that night, she is getting ready for the party and she's got her normal wig on, like her pink wig. And she's like, her friends are coming to pick her up in like 15, 20 minutes. And she's liking it. And then she glances down at the bag and sees this wig. And she's like, what does this wig look like? She puts it on, James. All of a sudden, it comes to life. And it's a Medusa snake head wig. So it's like, it like takes to her in a way where it's like, oh my God, this is like a real thing.
This is the trailer.
This is the trailer. This is all kind of happening really quick. So
I just remembered this is the second trailer.
So as she's putting that on, she hears a loud bang on her door. She opens the door. Who is it? Big Pimp. It's the pimp from her strip club. And he's like, bitch, you ain't going out tonight. I need you to work. I need you to do this and that. Get on it. And he starts to like come at her to grab her. She looks him in the eye, James, turns him to stone.
Oh.
So now she like recognizes the power of this wig. She's like, oh my God, I am Medusa. So, I got the power. Exactly. Maybe that's the song.
I've got the power.
So then there's like a couple of scenes. There's like a couple of quick shots with her talking over and being like, I used to live in fear, but now I am fear. But like some of the shots.
I used to live in fear, but now I am fear. That's something Batman would say.
So like it's like.
Wait. I used to live in fear, but now I am fear. Oh, you wrote that.
I wrote that down. Yeah, I did write that.
You can't have a line like that. It feels like a romantic comedy. It's about wigs.
Well,
Is it a
hold on.
deeply serious drama?
So no, it's like an action comedy kind of thing.
I used
but
to live in fear,
with-
but
it's
now
like-
I am fear.
it's like a Barry kind of vibe. So anyway, then there's some quick shots of like one is her at a like she kind of starts to soak it up where it's her at a party with the hair, but it's a close up on her eyes and it's like she's wearing sunglasses but looking up so she doesn't turn anyone to stone. So it's showing that like she kind of lives on the edge with this wig. And then there's another shot of her driving in a car trying to get away from someone, and someone pulls up next to her, and she just looks at them. They turn to stone and then crash. Like there's some crazy shots like that. Then everything, music stops, fades to black, and there's like a very dark mood shift. All of a sudden, it's her. She's walking up to this dark, desolate house.
So much.
And as she's walking up, she notices on the ground there's a bunch of shale stone all over and snakes. And she goes up to the door, James, and she knocks on it. And who opens the door? Tiffany Haddish as a Medusa. And then here's the thing. There's a scene where you see Tiffany, and they're both standing at the door, not looking at each other. They're both looking down. And she's like, and Tiff... Because they don't want to...
Ridiculous conceit. Just like
Yeah, so they're like, I can't look at you because I'm Medusa or whatever. And she's like, let me get a look at you. So Tiffany is kind of like the evil Medusa who never took the wig off. She just kind of lived in that world. And she's staring at Raven. She goes, oh, you're so beautiful. You're so pretty. And Raven's kind of smiling. And then Tiffany goes, now get a look at me. But Tiffany doesn't stop looking at Raven. And Raven's looking down. She senses something weird. And she's like, I think you're looking at me. And she's like, no, I'm looking away. Look at me. And she's like tempting her to look at her. And then it cuts again to black and another intense action sequence. Bam, 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 bam.
the Mission Impossible theme.
Yeah, so then
Tom Cruise.
Raven Simone in Do Something About It. The audience erupts.
Paddy.
What'd you think of that, James?
I can't believe how much I want to see the movie.
Yeah, exactly, dude.
I can't believe how much the movie should exist.
Because trailer
They've never
one,
done a Medusa movie.
no,
That is a
let alone
untouched idea.
a black Medusa movie, because they're the most likely to have that kind of hair.
Honestly, dude, I think you genuinely, and no bit, you genuinely have something here. Outside Medusa something about it, which is everything else about this, I think is solid.
Yeah,
I think
it's
it
not
actually
bad.
is a great idea for a movie. I think having like a Medusa action movie where a woman can turn someone to stone. The car thing, you hooked me. When she can look someone in the eyes and the car crashes,
And then
'cause
they're
they
like,
turn to stone.
yeah.
I think that's great.
So some of the like little shots I was thinking about is, first of all, the reason she keeps the thing on, the whole thing that she does throughout the movie is she's a stripper. So she deals with these kinds of guys who are they're like shitty, bad people a lot of times. So her whole thing is like, one of the shots is her putting the wig on and walking into like a private booth, turning a guy to stone. So she's an art student. She uses the people she turned to stone as sculptures.
She has a gallery opening and it's all her victims.
Right.
kind of.
So
That's
there's
like the end of the movie.
So there's
almost.
like I think that's kind of like the turning point in the movie, because she realized someone goes to the gallery and recognizes a guy who went missing
yeah.
as one of the stone.
And she's
people.
like, oh yeah, I was so inspired by his story of how he went missing.
Right, so
But they don't
she's-
know that's actually
she's
him as
trying
a
to
stone.
lie. Right.
So she's like an anti-hero.
right. So then she goes. That's why she finds Tiffany Haddish, because she's trying to see how to turn someone back.
Man, I came up with Forrest Gump 2, and you're like pitching like a good idea for a movie.
Well, James, this is like every once in a blue moon, I get like a real idea for something, and I just happened to get this in the
this
shower.
is great. Why did I should have pitched
Yours
you-
is great too. Yours
No.
is a lot funnier. Yours is
I was
very-
doing funny. You're
Yours was
pitching. This
funny,
is
dude.
Medusa something about it. I mean, Tyler Perry presents Medusa something.
I
about
just
it.
think this is the movie that gets Raven back. It gets her back. If she,
we got to send her this clip.
we do have to send her.
She
this
might be
clip.
really into it. She might like want to develop it with.
I have looked up recent pictures of Raven Simone. She's a disgusting lesbian.
Well, now we can send it to her.
I'll cut it.
Don't say disgusting lesbian.
She is
She's a little older.
gross looking.
No,
Because she went like crazy butch. I'll see if I can pull something.
she was like,
up
I want to
for
be
her.
gay, but I can't just be regular gay. I got to do something about it.
I literally had to like scour to find a decent looking photo of her.
Everybody hates Raymond Simone. What do you think of anything there?
See these?
Yeah. No, third one is
yeah.
rough.
They most of them look
Yeah.
like this. Like, I mean, James, this is borderline criminal. That
looks like Wet Surprise.
Yeah, why does she look like Tiki Barber?
Don't use my friend Tiki Barber against me.
Yeah, she needs a better.
She's definitely more of
barber.
a Ronde Barber.
She is more of a Ronde. She kind of looks like an NFL coach now, though. I mean, James, this is disgusting. What the fuck happened
Stop
to Raven?
saying disgusting. She's never gonna do the movie.
James, she's never gonna do the movie.
Come on, you have a real shot. Patty, stop saying she's disgusting. She just looks older. She's probably like 45 years old.
She actually
now.
does look pretty fucking cool in that picture. I'm not
Yeah, she
gonna
looks
lie.
great, dude. Patty, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. If you wore that outfit, you'd get laid.
You think so?
Yeah, you just gotta start dressing like a lesbian.
Even with the chain, the several different size of chain necklace?
I think that's literally the only thing missing from your
I do
wardrobe.
kind of want to thread my eyebrows like that. Is that something I could get away with, you think?
No, you have very light eyebrows.
Okay. What if I dyed them? She looks like...
I don't know anymore.
she kind of looks like a guy who sits at the table during the TNT halftime show for the NBA.
You saying she looks like Stephen A. Smith?
Yeah, she kind of does. But
Raven A. Smith-own.
But James, yeah, that's
Listen, Patty. I think we should develop it. I think maybe I'll write a scene from it,
dude,
and we
write
can
a
read it.
scene.
Maybe
I'll send you
I'll-
like a markup of the beats because I think I have a good idea of how the like structure
What is this?
Oh,
Patty?
okay.
What is this?
I guess
why is
we'll-
this up on the? Why
I
is this up
think-
on the podcast?
I think we'll end on this because this is probably the end. But our good old friend Uncle Laser
Uncle Laser
is being a little creepy. James, we've never watched his show.
I didn't even really know.
I didn't know he had a show.
What's
I didn't
his
know
show. He's a podcast.
he has a podcast where he invites porn stars on
Come on, dude.
and has them strip naked. Look at this.
What is this?
And look at this. He puts photos of himself over the tits.
Les Zipples.
I mean, this is like
They're Uncle Les Zipples.
Les Zipples, yeah. And he said, look, he even like kind of detailed the face to make it look like he's not fucking fat. But
What is this podcast? He just has women take their tits out.
so she's like
Drunk Uncle
describing
Pod. This is episode 65.
65. She's describing her tits. Listen to this.
Told me, they were like, we want to make them natural because we don't want you to look like a porn star, and now I'm a porn star.
Dude, they do look natural as f***.
Yeah, thanks, Uncle Laser.
Thank you, Uncle Laser.
He's
What is-
like,
dude, they look natural as fuck. Like legit, like no lie, dude. Like dead ass. I've seen like many tits. Like those dead ass look like natural.
those look natural, and I'm the guy who would know the answer to that.
Yeah, I know. Like I can like dead ass see the difference between natural and unnatural tits.
Yeah.
you have some fucking natty ices. Dude.
I can even look at a glass of milk and tell you what percent it is.
I know what percentage of milk is from a mile away.
Yeah, they did
He
that.
definitely-
Like, they're really good.
The areolas look really
Those are real.
fucking real. Like, dude, this
Look
is
at this guy. No,
my
look at that
girls.
black guy.
Yeah,
He's like
yeah,
he
those
like
are-
can't speak. He's like so
He's
intoxicated.
like, shit, man.
Dude, like that guy's got like his eyes are creeping me out. That's his name.
He's like,
Those.
damn.
Yo, what's up? I'm those Smithereens.
I'm
My name's those Henry Smithereens. Pat, I feel like
it's-
you really like the word smithereen.
I like Smithereen.
Real Players Incorporated on an orange sweatshirt, and he goes, "Those areolas look real."
Those areolas look fire, bro.
Yo, that ass, them areolas look fire.
What do you
as
think
fuck.
this guy's name is? Cousin
I think his name is Those Smithereens.
Cousin Thunderbolt?
The
And Uncle
Jose
Laser.
Smithereens. Put a Hitler mustache on him. Just do it for me. Yeah.
Yo, bro, your mustache looks fucking crazy.
Oh, yo, mustache.
Will you get a Cheeto stuck on your
You
lip?
got a flaming hot Cheeto stuck on your lip. I'm Uncle Laser.
I'm Uncle Laser, baby.
Nah, your Uncle Laser says the N-word. Nah, those look real. Like his eyes are like dead. Like if you, dude,
know,
I
he's-
want to watch this whole clip. Do you mind? Is
Yeah, we
like-
can watch it.
Okay, let's finish it.
I'll play it from the top.
No, play it from there. I'm good. All right, we'll just
But they
go
told
against
me,
my
they were like,
wishes.
we want to make them natural because we don't want you to look
Why
like a
can't
porn star, and now I'm a porn star.
Dude, they do look natural as f***.
Yeah, they did that. Like, they're really good.
Areolas are f*** real. You got
Those are
some
real,
baby
my
toes.
areolas.
Yeah, I can tell. Yeah, those aren't store bought. Those are God given.
But yeah, that's it. And they like feel real. Like they just like jiggle right. So they did good.
Yeah.
Air Force.
What is this? If I'm ever on a podcast where we're just like genuinely reviewing a woman's tits, Take
know.
the shot. Okay, I'm running for mayor. I can't be on a tit pod.
So then
It's just posted by him. We
This is
like
posted
things
by him.
natural. What are the comments? Great tits, Uncle Laser. Love your tits, Uncle Laser.
Yeah, so people are kind of upset because they're like, wait a minute, I paid for them, and now I got to remove your fucking face from these things? And he goes, uncensored version will be up on my OnlyFans. He's got an OnlyFans.
Do you mind if we check out how can we go to the OnlyFans?
We
page?
can on the Patreon. We'll take a look on the Patreon.
Patreon.
We are done with this episode. We redeemed ourselves. I just want to say that was a great episode.
Greatest episode of News from Bed of all time.
Probably, not gonna lie. Real quick before we leave,
homos.
go check out patreon.com/newsfrombed for another episode every week and for all your foot needs. Also, newsfrombed@gmail.com. Send us your videos, your questions, anything there. I have not checked the email yet, but word is they're coming in.
Yeah.
So we're going to do an episode where we kind of read some things and do some stuff like that. So feel free to send anything in you want to be a part of the show. And check us out. Go over to the Patreon. Check that out. Support us. We keep adding to the show. We keep bringing it. And thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah. And by the way, Patty, those look like real areolas.
They do.
Those look like real areolas.
These are, let me tell you what, these ain't store-bought.
Those are God-given.
Good night.
These are God-given.